controls there in the dark uniform. And the first shot of the game by James Forrest misses, and here comes Memphis State. Their roster virtually entirely made up of Memphis State residents, and Penny Hardaway hits a three to start it.
Fantastic.
Looking inside to Malcolm Mackey. He's double teamed, and it's 3-2.
Douglas cannot play complete behind Malcolm Mackey. Mackey will have a field day. Both teams start out man-to-man.
Memphis State is the deeper team. They get it in low now to Anthony Douglas off the glass. Georgia Tech goes 7 or 8 at the maximum. They don't have the depth that Memphis State has. Travis Best misses the arc shot. Hardaway the rebound. David Vaughn, and it's cleared inside by Forrest. Best penetrating, has it rejected by David Vaughn. And here's a 2-on-1 break. Billy Smith.
It's coming back, Billy. Don't even worry about it. When you give the ball to Hardaway, it's coming back. It's like giving the ball to Larry Bird or to Magic Johnson. It's coming back to you.
Crowd is predominantly Memphis State, and a full house here at Kemper Arena. Many people disappointed that Kansas didn't advance to the regional semifinals, but there are fans in every seat. Geiger tried to get it inside. He does to Mackey. Georgia Tech obviously wants the officials to let them play because they go 7 or 8 deep, and that's it.
They're letting them play underneath. There's a lot of physicalness, but they're letting it go on, which is okay. No harm, no foul.
I've heard that before.
Well, if you get an advantage on a turnover from playing rough, then this should be called.
It is still Memphis State's ball.
There's good hands down here from behind. Vaughn goes up and catches it. No, Hardaway, Vaughn caught a piece of it. Now here's where the numbers are right, coming down. Given to the one of the offensive weapons, Billy Smith.
Vaughn scored for Memphis State to open up a 9-2 lead. Less than 3 minutes gone by. Georgia Tech has hit only 1 basket.
This might force Georgia Tech into a zone.
Tech wants to keep not so much the score low, but the tempo down a bit. Here's John Barry forcing it, or not forcing it, really into Geiger. Memphis State doing a good job defensively inside. Here's Hardaway for 3. Tech is 1 for 6 from the field, and here's Barry. It'll drop for him.
Got himself a crier.
He's their leading scorer, averaging 17 a game, and has been the top scorer in each of the first 2 tournament games for Georgia Tech.
Must score from the outside, loosen up the inside.
We have a pushing foul called against Georgia Tech, and it may be on James Forrest, one of 2 freshmen in the starting lineup.
Georgia Tech foul, number 34, James Smith. First personal team foul, number 1.
I think they're now going to the zone. It's a 2-3 zone. Might just be for the out-of-bounds play. We'll check on it. No, they're staying in it. They're staying in the 2-3.
Is the pace too quick for Georgia Tech?
Yes, much too quick. This is what the Tigers want, a transition game up and down. Get Hardaway out there in uncharted waters.
And the bad pass by Vaughn over Douglas's head, and Georgia Tech coming down by 5 points. And they turn it over at the other end.
Beautiful strip that time by Billy Smith. Good job, son.
And he's not the defensive specialist of the 2 Smith guards that alternate.
Yeah, Mr. Eel coming later. You go right on Barry.
That must be Ernest.
Right.
Here is Hardaway going strong to the basket and will go to the line to shoot a pair.
You know, I hate to blow smoke rings so early in the game, but this Penny Hardaway, whatever is needed in a basketball player is inside that body, whatever it is.
What a terrific gift he has at court awareness, and for a sophomore, but really a freshman because he didn't play last year.
You know, I was talking to his AAU coach in the lobby this afternoon, and he said he'd never even heard a a naughty word out of his mouth in all these years. Let's just hope that he hits the books and stays academically eligible. You know, a ball player with all this talent has to have talent for other things. And I often thought if I would take a Rhodes Scholar into a gym in a year, I could make him something of a basketball player.
So you can't be a one-way guy.
Well, I'm saying, why can't the faculty take a basketball player into a classroom and make them a scholar?
Geiger committed the foul for Georgia Tech.
Good hands that time by Vaughn, got a piece of it.
10-4, Memphis State in the lead. They've led all the way. And here's Billy Smith. He misses a three from the corner, and the rebound by Malcolm Mackey.
If Billy Smith has a fault or has an Achilles heel, he shoots too much, but that's his game.
Broke out of the slump in the first two games. Here's John Barry. He's short with that. And the fight for the loose ball. It's last touch by Barry.
And there's our guy in the position he'll be on at least 10, 12 times on the floor.
They're letting him play. That's for sure. Barry has Geiger inside, and wide open is Travis Best. That was a two-point attempt. So with a 6-point lead, here comes Madlock and Memphis State. Hardaway out of bounds, and it'll be Memphis State's ball. Memphis State Tigers have been to the Final Four twice. Lost to UCLA in the finals in '73 when Larry Finch was a player, and to Villanova in the semifinals in '85 in that tremendous upset win by Villanova Georgetown.
That's a zone you're looking at. It will favor Hardaway wherever he goes. A little bit late coming out Mackey that time.
This is the three. Forrest gets the rebound, and here's Best. 6-point deficit, and a great pass to Mackey inside, and he draws the foul. And that'll be against Vaughn, his first personal foul.
Number 50, David Vaughn.
Here's if they form in their lines going in the fast break. A quick kick over to the side underneath. He should have been able to follow through, but when David Vaughn goes up, he came down and stopped the three-point play. That was almost an intentional foul. Put the guy in the foul line, Mackey, to make both if he can.
Quick pass by Barry made it happen, and Mackey, although he was not the hero against USC, Al, graced the cover of Sports Illustrated this week.
That's supposed to mean a little bad luck, isn't it?
For the team, not the guy. Only starter left from the Final Four of 2 years ago, hits both free throws.
And in that semifinals, when they lost to UNLV, they were leading by 8 points at halftime.
Madlock can't get in against Malcolm Mackey. Now Barry picks him up.
New face again, back to man-to-man.
Hardaway goes in.
Oh!
Had the slam dunk in his back pocket and missed it. And now a 3-on-2. Best penetrating, and a great scoop play by Travis Best. Only a freshman. Travis
gave a little pump fake. He needs that for confidence. Tough position on this young man coming in behind Kenny Anderson.
Billy Smith on a fake around Forrest. Mackey has it, and Georgia Tech with a chance to tie the game.
Once you set up the half-court offense, Memphis State has to readjust. There goes Forrest in. Nice hand.
Rejected by David Vaughn, and that is the third block shot by David Vaughn already, and we've completed just a little more than 5 minutes. He's short on the shot at the other end.
Forrest, part of that 750-pound baseline for Georgia Tech, brings it down.
Best with a blind pass. Georgia Tech still's got it, and here's Barry for three, and Georgia Tech has its first lead of the night. John Barry, who was 6 for 9 from three-point range against the Trojans in round 2.
Got to be careful right now. The Tigers should move in that other Smith kid to get on John Barry.
And the pace is still up, and Georgia Tech is doing well with the faster pace. Good feed inside of Douglas. And it's Memphis State by 1. Georgia Tech had run off 7 in a row before that basket. That shot's blocked by Hardaway, and it's still Georgia Tech's ball. And our first substitutions of the game coming in now. Brian Hill and Ivano Newbill come in for Georgia Tech, and Ernest Smith for Memphis State.
You got to remember now, Penny Hardaway is 6'7". He gets off the floor so quick, shows no emotion, doesn't tighten up. which keeps him fluid through the whole game. And the other thing people don't realize that David Vaughn, the freshman, is 6'9".
Hill with the ball. He and Newbill in the game. First substitutions.
Newbill won't shoot. He's playing down low. He's going to shoot. Will be off an offensive rebound.
John Barry over Ernest Smith. Ernest Smith is the best defensive player on Memphis State.
Yeah, I figured he'd come in, Dick. He caught a piece of that last shot. This should be good.
Travis Best misses a three. Barry gets the offensive rebound. Boy, are they scrapping and fighting inside tonight.
And there goes Barry down for the third time, and we're only 8 minutes into the game.
Barry has 7 points. Georgia Tech up by 1.
And imagine recruiting Barry with a phone call, no visit.
Didn't even see him play. David Vaughn with a missed shot and the rebound. Taken down by Newbill. Brian Hill. And the foul as well against Douglas.
Basket is good now.
Scrambling around here. Barry keeps alive. His body is so active. He's so intense. Then he gives a fingertip roll and goes down for the third count and does a backflip. We're into gymnastics right now.
The parallel bars.
Well, he's getting ready for the Summer Olympics in 1996 in Atlanta.
Kelvin Allen is checked in for Memphis State. That last foul was against Douglas, his first personal, and here is Brian Hill, who has not been a good free throw shooter, but hits the basket for a three-point play. Shaking his head is Larry Finch, and for good reason. Back here at Kemper Arena in Kansas City, Dick Stockton and Al McGuire. Anthony Hardaway passes into Douglas, didn't have control at first, and scores for the Tigers.
I think that's 6 points for Douglas. Plus they turned over pressure up court.
Smith gets the basket, and all of a sudden,
They'll keep the pressure on. You got to put a man in the middle to release the pressure here. Get it over in 10 seconds. They're like piranhas now. That's broken.
and John Barry beats it with a 2-point basket, but 9 points in the game for John Barry. Georgia Tech had a 12-2 run going before Memphis State's defense clamped down and tied the game. But now it's Georgia Tech by 2, and Marcus Nolan, a freshman, a southpaw in the game in the backcourt for the white-shirted Tigers.
They're in a 1-3-1 with the wings favoring Hardaway.
Douglas ties the score once again.
Wow.
Douglas is 4 for 4 and 8 points thus far.
Nice move. He put his hip. Travis Best moved his hip in nice that time to pick up the foul.
He once scored 81 points in high school in Springfield, and on the road, Georgia Tech likes their freshmen to give speeches, so he had nothing to talk about. He talked about his 81 points, and now he's been needled by the rest of his team.
How to make friends and influence people. Here's a freshman stands up on the road at pre-game dinner and starts talking about the 81 points. But, you know, he's such an innocent, nice kid. He's out of Springfield, and he figured I better talk about the 81 points. He's 2 shots.
A lot to talk about. Kelvin Allen committing the foul, and you saw Billy Smith come back in the game for Memphis State. Best is the best free throw shooter on Georgia Tech, but he misses the first.
There was lack of concentration that time. That ball was off center and was put up very poorly.
And a 1-point lead now as James Forrest. A 3-point basket to beat USC, by the way. Only his first 3-point success of the season. Couldn't come at a better time.
And what happened, they took the same shot at practice. You know what he got? An air ball.
Better in practice, right?
At Alexander Thriller Dome down on the campus at Georgia Tech. Had him take it from exactly the same spot, hit nothing but air. Ooh, nice hands that time by Hill.
Still Memphis State ball, which only proves that Lightning does not strike twice. Matt Geiger reports back in the game, and Mackey sits down. Leading scorer for Georgia Tech is Barry with 9, and Douglas, who's perfect from the field, has 8 to top the Tigers.
All of the 4 baskets by Anthony Douglas are within 3 feet of the rim.
And we'll have a foul. Geiger with his second personal foul. The last thing that Bobby Cremens' needs is for Matt Geiger to get into foul trouble, and he's picked up 2, and he may come right out again. Malcolm Mackey will replace him.
Yeah, he'll take him right out. What you try to do in the first half is save a person after 2 fouls. In the second half, you save him after 3. After a ball player gets 4 fouls, don't save him, because he starts pussyfooting around on defense. He knows he has 4. He doesn't want to go to Pine City. After 4, let him play.
Forrest cuts off the baseline, but Billy Smith hits from the corner. His second field goal of the game.
There's that pressure again up court. Georgia Tech got the man in the middle, Mackey. That should break it.
Barry slices past, and it's off his foot, and it's Memphis State's ball. He tried to go through the defense, sandwiched. So on the turnover, the Tigers get it back. You know, despite their 2 wins, Georgia Tech had a lot of turnovers in their first 2 games of the tournament.
A lot of hustle here, but loses control of the ball right there, off his foot. Goes for his 4th dive of the first half.
He likes this new floor.
Yep, this is a new floor. The first time it was used in the Big 8 tournament this year.
Off the fingers of Kelvin Allen, and John Barry brings it back for Georgia Tech. A no-look pass couldn't be handled by James Forrest. 4-on-1 now for Memphis State, and Allen commits the offensive foul. 4-on-1, Al. Can you believe it?
Well, when 4 men break, 1 should pull up. 1 man should always pull up. You got it too crowded. There's too many men crowded in here. Barry's giving ground. Holes, Allen couldn't get out of the way.
Brian Hill and Travis Best give John Barry a rest for the first time. He goes out with 9 points.
And 5 times to the floor. We didn't count that last one.
That'll be a new statistic in this game. Floor burns. Newbill loses the ball. Ernest Smith.
Don't blame that on Newbill. You should not pass the ball to Newbill in the back court.
Memphis State by 1, and Ernest Smith gives them a 3-point lead. Forrest goes the distance and scores to tie the game for Georgia Tech. They're trailing by 1, 22-21. This is a lot quicker pace than we anticipated.
Douglas is tired from Memphis State. See how slow? He's not even down court yet. They should take him out. Anthony Douglas, he's breathing heavy.
Billy Smith committing his first foul. David Vaughn will come back in for Memphis State, and Fred Vinson checks in. He's a 3-point specialist for Georgia Tech.
We're all down around the 8th, 9th man there, trying to save these bodies for the second half. It's been very physical, up and down, ping pong match, foot race. Should favor Memphis State.
At this pace it would, and with Geiger on the bench with 2 personals. Forrest, they broke that trap beautifully.
Nice pass by Hill, 1 giant step by Forrest.
Georgia Tech had the lead, and they lose it again as Ernest Smith follows the missed shot. They're going to make Georgia Tech without a deep bench work to bring the ball up here.
Every time, put pressure on you. Then they adjust to man-to-man after you come over. Now they're in their man-to-man. So 1-2-1-1. Pressure up court.
Overplaying was the freshman Marcus Nolan. It's still Georgia Tech ball with plenty of time on the shot clock.
Nolan's very quick on defense. They'll put him on Travis Best. They're adjusting right there, and Smith's coming out on Vincent.
Georgia Tech, of all 5 starters in double figures, very balanced offense, and that's worked for them in the first 2 games of this championship. Shot clock getting down to 10.
All right, isolate Forrest on Anthony Douglas. Let him take him to school.
Hill is trying to work one-on-one, and we'll have a foul inside.
A little bit too much hands on Ernie that time. Mr. E. He's excellent at defense.
First personal foul for Ernest Smith.
He plays in the second half of this doubleheader against UTEP. What about UTEP and their tough defense?
It's not going to be a game like this. It certainly won't be up and down. They're a great defensive team. They've got 2 inside guys that really protect the basket well. Great quickness with their guards, and we're going to have our hands full.
Now, you've played Memphis State 3 times. It's got to be tough for you to scout right now, but how do you see this game finishing?
Well, it's been an up and down game, and I think both teams have missed some opportunities, kind of trying to maybe fill each other out a little bit. A lot of big bodies in there banging. I think it's going to go down to the wire.
All right, Bob, good luck. Don Haskins across the way scouting for UTEP also. Let's go back to Dick Stockton.
All right, Jim Penny Hardaway misses a three. Fred Vinson chalked up a personal foul for Georgia Tech. Bench with some great magical work inside. That's the second time he's made it happen like that.
Wow, that was a magic move. Hit the word right in the head that time, Dick.
Here's Penny Hardaway. Hardaway so far has scored 4 points for Memphis State, trailing Georgia Tech by 1.
Vaughn will go right up over him. There it is. Told you.
David Vaughn. We have had 8 lead changes in this first half, and about 7 minutes remaining now. Memphis State shooting over 50%. Georgia Tech barely over 40. Can't leave Barry open for the threes. He misses that one, but Georgia Tech gets it back.
Got the ball in the quarterback's hands. He'll distribute it. Bounce the court. Tigers in a man-to-man all game long.
Here's Barry off the screen, misses a three, and the rebound by David Vaughn. He's the leading board man for Memphis State at nearly 9 a game. And wide open in the corner missing is Ernest Smith. And a foul called against Memphis State, I believe.
Excuse me, I think it was against Georgia Tech. And well, it might have been on Forrest that time.
Stand correct. And it is against Mackey, his first personal foul. Matt Geiger, who has been hit with 2 personals, has come back in the game, replacing Fred Vinson.
In the game with Georgia Tech, Brian Hill, number 52, Matt Geiger.
Bobby Cremens got to the Final Four, and it was an unlikely possibility just 3 weeks ago. This team had lost 7 to 9 in the ACC. David Vaughn off the glass. Memphis State leading by 3.
Good move that time, right into the man that Geiger was covering, try to pick up his 3rd person, get him out of there.
Geiger has to make sure he doesn't pick up that 3rd foul. Travis Best, and the rebound by David Vaughn. That's his 3rd rebound. We got a hot game here in Kansas City, guys, in an anonymous regional. The top 3 seeds are out of here, as you know, and Memphis State and Georgia Tech are battling, with Memphis State leading by 3, 28-25, and 5.5 minutes to go. Al McGuire, this has been an end-to-end game that we didn't really expect Georgia Tech to play.
The pace favors Memphis State. They've got to slow it down a little bit at the present time. David Vaughn and Hardaway are playing outstanding offensive games. Outstanding.
UTEP and Cincinnati are in the second half of this Field of Dreams doubleheader. One of these teams will go to the Final Four. Matt Geiger is playing with 2 personal fouls for Georgia Tech. Leading scorer for Memphis State, Douglas with 8. John Barry has 9 to top the Yellow Jackets. Hardaway goes around Barry and will go to the line. One of the better young players in the country, Anthony Hardaway. His nickname is Penny, just a sophomore, and leads him in so many categories.
Plus, what a quick step. First one, unbelievable. Then he tried to dunk it in that time over Mackey and picked up the foul.
What kind of a passer, and whose class do you think Hardaway could be?
He is such a good passer that he has to stop passing because he was creating too many turnovers on this club. And this club only became good about a month ago when the upperclassmen finally accepted, this is a Proposition 48, but finally accepted Hardaway and Doug, and David, I mean.
David Vaughn, who got the winning basket against Arkansas.
Once they accepted those 2 ball players, then they became a tournament team.
Hardaway has 4 assists, by the way. Memphis State shooting over 50%. He makes both free throws, and the Tigers lead by 5. They had the early lead, and then Georgia Tech went on a 12-2 run to lead by 4, but Memphis State has stormed back.
They'll trap as soon as you come over half court. There was the trap. Madlock reached in. That will put John Barry on the foul line. Soon as you turn your head, watch. Soon as he turns his head here, there he comes. But he reaches in, catches him with his leg, and they go to the foul line for 1-1.
17th foul against Memphis State. John Barry leads Georgia Tech in scoring, 3-point shooting, assists and steals, and a 69% free throw shooter.
For Memphis State to win, they must play in Barry's face, especially in three-point land, touchdown land.
That's what USC failed to do in the second round in Milwaukee. Georgia Tech, the least expected survivor of the ACC to get to the Sweet 16, battling Memphis State and trailing by 3 with under 5 minutes remaining in the first half.
It's a matchup zone favoring Hardaway wherever he goes. There goes McKay out on him. Hardaway has the ball now. Come around the horn.
How would you like to recruit in that Memphis area, huh?
Oh, I think they have 9 out of their 12 ball players are from the city of Memphis.
Play together in the summers. They play together in high school before that. Hardaway, good defensive play by James Forrest. And here is Barry. Georgia Tech has some numbers. And here is Best, the freshman from Springfield. The basket is good. And a foul.
Let's show you this if we can. Travis Best shows the ball on the right side, makes you commit, and then comes in the back door on the left side. Only God can teach this, not a coach. Watch this. Now show the ball there, he shows it, brings it back, double pumps it, and puts it in the back door.
Tim Duncan committing the personal foul, and here is Travis Best. We'll never forget his 81 points in high school at Springfield, Massachusetts, and he makes sure the rest of the team doesn't forget either. And for Memphis State, Billy Smith will replace Ernest Smith, and coming in as well, David Vaughn replacing Duncan.
And Billy Smith will shoot it the first opportunity he gets. He loves offense.
We have had 8 lead changes and a bunch of ties here in the first half. Madlock breaks the tie. There's the halftime score in the Southeast Regional in Lexington. One of these teams will advance to Sunday's regional final here in the Midwest in Kansas City. James Forrest, good recovery, but off the hands of Geiger, and here's a 3-on-2 break. Hardaway loves to pass, doesn't he? And Billy Smith gives Memphis State a 4-point lead.
Coach Crimmins is saying, now take your time this time. Let's set up, punch the ball inside, or feed it out to Barry on the spot and up outside. There it is, the punch inside.
To Geiger. Nice play by Geiger. Remember, playing with 2 fouls.
Got to protect Geiger, so they're going to a 2-3 zone. Keep Geiger at home underneath. Douglas will get in front of him. Douglas can score down deep. He's 4 for 4 from the field.
Keep in mind, Memphis State is playing their pace, and Hardaway is only 1 for 7 from the field, and yet they're in front here by 2. Good sign for the white-shirted Tigers. Hardaway to Vaughn.
It's going up.
Geiger defended him, even though he's playing with 2 fouls. Barry has Madlock in front of him. Great play by John Barry around the defender.
Wow, did Barry blow by that fella at half court? It was, whew.
Tony Madlock is looking back to see where he went. And another tie at 34. Broken again by Anthony Douglas, who has 10 points now, and he's 5 for 5 tonight.
Happy birthday. He's not supposed to be able to hit from more than 5 feet out.
See, what does that show you?
Shows you that every day is Christmas for some people.
Nearly 2 minutes remaining in the first half.
Madlock, you can't cover him man-to-man. If they open up, he's going to blow by you. He wants to go left. Best.
Can't go to Geiger. They have him totally smothered. Now they get the ball to him. Hardaway had it, lost it. It should be Memphis State's ball.
What kind of a game are you going to expect from Cincinnati?
I have no idea. I tell you, I'm sitting here looking at a Memphis State bunch that they beat 3 times. So that's it's hard for me to believe that they beat the ball club I'm watching out here. But they probably won't let us slow it down. We haven't played slowed down all year. You know, what happened the other day, that doesn't mean that we play that way all the time. We've averaged a little over 70 points a game, and we plan on shooting good shots when we get them.
Okay, Coach Haskins, we appreciate it. A lot of sentiment for you around the country. Let's go back to Dick Stockton.
I'll tell you one thing, Dick. You will see defense, and you'll see a game from the 60s. It'll be an outstanding game, so stay with us for that second game.
2 misses inside, and Brian Hill fights for the rebound. Georgia Tech had enough chances, and it's kicked away by Billy Smith, so Tech will get another shot at it. Trailing by 2, looking to tie the game with just about a minute remaining, and Malcolm Mackey ties the game. You know, Don Haskins really makes you feel sorry for him, don't you, listening to that interview?
Well, they can play.
Yes,
they don't gamble on defense. Cincinnati will gamble on defense, where El Paso plays belly button to belly button.
Great chess game, huh?
Yeah, no, it's going to be a great chess game, and the first 6 minutes is the key to that game.
27 seconds, so a differential of about 12 between the shot clock and the game clock. We're tied at 36. Madlock and Billy Smith in the backcourt. Hardaway, Vaughn, and Douglas up front for Memphis State.
With Georgia Tech in the zone, you should start sooner looking for the shot, because it takes longer to get a shot against the zone than it does against man-to-man.
Tipped away and stolen by Travis Best. He's got Barry on the wing. And they're going to call the foul on Memphis State, and a technical foul as well against Anthony Hardaway for knocking the ball away. So Barry on the floor again, and this is a technical.
He might be hurt here. He went down real heavy this time. There's a close call. It was a step in. But he went down solid that time. Let's hope he's not hurt.
Barry gets up. He's holding his chest. Hardaway going to the bench for a breather. That's his first foul, and Georgia Tech will get 2 free throws and possession.
Here's another angle from above. Got a half a step on him. Put the ball up. So if he made the basket, the shot would be good.
Here's Pam Connolly, John's mom, and also in the arena is Rick Barry, his dad. Remember, on this floor here at Kemper Arena 4 years ago, Scooter Barry was a member of the Kansas Jayhawks who won the national championship, and now John Barry is trying to get to the Final Four on this very court in the Midwest region.
He gets 4 shots now. He was taking the drive, and he was shooting. He gets 2 for that, then 2 for the technical, or for the intentional foul, or kicking the ball away.
And he gets 4 and the ball.
Now,
so this could be a 6 or 7 point play. He's got 17 points already, and that matches his season's average.
There's plenty of time left. There's 13 seconds left, and you got Georgia Tech with a 4-point lead off those foul shots.
Georgia Tech working right now. They've scored 4 points in this situation. Final seconds. And by John Barry at the baseline, a 6-point play ends the first half.
So with a 4-point lead after making 4 fouls, then he makes a shot. Makes a shot with 0.4 of a second left. They got a 6-point lead, and they are in trouble now, Memphis State, if they don't score on their first possession.
Here's John Barry off the court. So he scored all 6 points. So it's a 6-point lead for Georgia Tech after the score was tied and Memphis State had the ball with 17 seconds left. How did he respond here early second half? They go inside to Douglas. He's perfect tonight, still at 6 for 6.
That was a big basket. They needed that to stop the rush from Georgia Tech.
Forrest has it blocked out of bounds, particularly, Al, since Hardaway is only 1 for 7 from the field. So where would they be without Douglas's great shooting?
Hardaway will start pumping it up, and Vaughn has hit a few, but you got to remember the offensive weapon has been Barry with 19 points in the first half.
That's more than his season's average already. Great position low inside, and Malcolm Mackey is pushed by Anthony Douglas. Right now, let's send you over to Jim Gray. Jim?
Well, Dick, during the halftime, Larry Finch and his coaching crew from Memphis State really just wanted to calm the Tigers down. They didn't want things to get out of hand here in the second half, so he spent the entire halftime just telling his troops, hey, we're still in this game. It would be a tie game had it not been for that team. Dick?
All right, Jim. But it is a Memphis State pace that Georgia Tech is winning at. Barry. And he hits a 3 again. That is his second 3-point basket. And he's got 22 points almost single-handedly offensively giving Georgia Tech its biggest lead of the game.
Dick, not single-handedly, because Travis Best penetrated then dished out to him.
Coming back is Billy Smith. Did I say almost single-handedly?
You did say almost single-handedly.
That covers a multitude of sins when you say that word. Traveling call against Matt Geiger, but you're right.
Yeah, Matt Geiger should not be handling the ball in back court. You're too big. You're 7 foot. Playing hard. He's a transfer from Auburn.
And he says, I don't want to go inside and maybe commit an offensive foul, be my third.
No, not down
you're
low.
right.
That's why they're in zone to protect him down low now. 2-3 zone.
5-point lead for Georgia Tech.
There's a 6-time on the floor for Barry.
He loves the hardwood here at Kemper.
This should be 2.
Knocked away from Vaughn. Great defensive play. I think Malcolm Mackey got his hands on that. Barry's the hot hand. No look pass to James Forrest. And Barry nearly got another one. But Georgia Tech will go to the line, and they're pounding Memphis State inside as Hardaway picks up his second personal foul.
Malcolm had inside position. That was a foolish foul by Hardaway. Should let him have the deuce.
Malcolm Mackey will shoot 2 shots. He's among the top rebounders in Georgia Tech history, and that's a mouthful when you consider John Sally and Tom Hammonds. He already has compiled more boards than those 2 great players.
He's been in 3 straight NCAAs. The reason I said about the foul on Penny Hardaway was that if he gets in foul trouble, it's not the same Memphis State team.
They need his versatility. Trailing by 6 points now, 46-40. Ohio State and North Carolina going back and forth at Lexington in that other semifinal in the Southeast region.
Looks like they might be playing a little combination on Smith, not let him shoot from the outside.
Smith has scored 8 points. Mackey has done a superb job on Hardaway when they're in the man-to-man and covering on the zone. Turnaround by Douglas misses.
That's his first miss. He was 6 for 6.
Georgia Tech can open its biggest lead of the game if they get a basket here. John Barry with a runner, and it's going to drop. 24 points for John Barry. He had 32 against Florida State, his season's high.
He gets his balance in the air by spreading his legs, and he went down for the 7th time. I said he hit the floor 10 times.
Trying to beat the zone, Hardaway with only 1 basket so far. And let's see if Geiger has picked up a foul. If it is Geiger, it'll be his 3rd, and Matt Geiger now with 3, and Bobby Cremins has a decision to make.
Probably put in up, Bill.
Ivano Newbill will replace Geiger. Geiger goes out having scored 2 points, and he's got 3 personals.
Lose a little offensive scoring here. Newbill doesn't have the touch inside. Only baskets he gets is off offensive rebounds.
Ernest Smith, the defensive specialist guard, is in the game for Memphis State. Hardaway misses the first free throw. The only thing he really doesn't do all that well is shoot free throws. Every other part of the game is as good as you'd want. He missed both, and Georgia Tech leading by 8, trying to stretch it here in the second half. Forrest blocked by Hardaway, and it's saved in by Douglas, only to see Georgia Tech and Forrest get the basket.
Must score this time down.
9 rebounds for James Forrest, the hero of the second round win against USC.
A little more patience against this zone.
10-point lead, Tech. They won 7 out of 9, and Hardaway gets free inside to smash the zone.
High post position by Vaughn. Feed the low post where Hardaway was.
Newbill's a banger. Setting screens. Forrest, not good spacing that time for Georgia Tech, Al.
Forrest shooting up the shot. Mackey was going for the rebound.
Now the game has turned into a Georgia Tech-paced affair as Matlock hits the jumper, a 2-point shot, and it's a 6-point game. They were end-to-end in the first half, and now they've slowed down the half court.
Slow down. One of the good things that Memphis State's doing, they're analyzing their zone. And Matlock has to start scoring. He's the senior. He's the point guard.
They go to Newbill. He's not an offensive threat. Hitting the jumper is Malcolm Mackey. 9 points for Mackey.
It's nice when someone knows they're not an offensive threat. That's what makes Newbill good.
Georgia Tech, though, with the backcourt. Best and Barry. Been the difference against Memphis State.
They can float off East Smith on the other side.
Vaughn. Newbill did a good job against him. Vaughn gets another shot at it and makes good. Winner of this game will move to the regional finals on Sunday against the survivor of UTEP and Cincinnati. Here in Kansas City, Dick Stockton along with Al McGuire. Georgia Tech with a 12-2 run at the end of the first half had a 6-point lead. They upped it to 10, and now it's back to 6 with a little less than 5 minutes gone by in the second half. Brian Hill has come in the game in the backcourt for Georgia Tech.
They got their best defensive man on Barry. That's E. Smith. He was coming out on Barry now. He's tough on D. He's squatting down there.
Barry has scored 24 points, and Best throws the ball away. Tigers won an up-tempo game, and they had it that way in the first half, even though Georgia Tech had the lead. Hardaway has not shot well, and maybe he'll get on track with a 3, his second of the game, and 11 points overall.
Might have to go to a combination. The box one to stop Hardaway.
Best comes back and misses a 3. And here comes Memphis State down by 3 points.
Here's the magic man. Watch his passing.
He'll thread the needle inside. Very unselfish. There he is, Hardaway. Ernest Smith missed the 3, but inside is Douglas. Out of bounds. Georgia Tech ball, last touched by David Vaughn.
I'm surprised Memphis State's not putting pressure up court against Georgia Tech. Maybe they'll attack at half court. Just token with Madlock, trying to force Best into the sidelines. He's always trying to force him over to the side.
They did that in the first half, and it was effective for him, Al.
That's right.
They go in low to Mackey.
Uh-oh. Smith lost his man. Barry could score here.
Hill lost control, and here's a 3-on-2 opportunity for Memphis State. Anthony Hardaway. And he'll go to the line to try to bring Memphis State to within 1 point. The Georgia Tech foul is on Travis Best, his first personal. This is a well-played game, and with the depth of Memphis State and the height of Georgia Tech, and the tempo always looming as a key to this game.
Well, in tournament games in the second half, you don't see as many substitutions. You want to play with your aces. You get down to about 6, 7 men, and that's it. You don't start touching that 9th, 10th man in the second half. He makes this one. They came back a long way, Dick.
Down by 1 now, 52-51. So for Georgia Tech, and we'll see pressure now for Memphis State. Best and Barry with Forrest, Newbill, and Mackey. 52-51, Georgia Tech had a 10-point lead early in the second half. It's been cut to 1 by Memphis State.
Trying to free Barry. He has the hot hand. There he is kissing the glass, and it's good.
And he got to go high off the glass. Then John Barry with 26 points in the game.
I'll get the ball back in Hardaway's hands down this end.
Pace is slowed up and was fast-paced. Tempo, Memphis State style in the first half. Now half court, which Georgia Tech likes.
Georgia Tech gave him a new face here, man-to-man. They've been alternating zone, man-to-man.
Foul before the shot, no basket by Hardaway.
You want to see quickness. That is quickness for a 6'5" guy. And don't forget, he didn't play last year. He sat out Proposition 48. He had an academic problem his senior year in high school and played very little then.
And then, of course, he was in a robbery, was shot and played, had to have surgery with a bullet in his foot.
So he was being robbed.
Yes. No, he wasn't on the front end of it. Three-point basket by Hardaway. I'm glad we clarified that, Al.
And it's all tied.
54 as Hardaway now with 3 3-point baskets. Barry for 3. Long rebound, and it's Barry getting it. On the baseline, James Forrest, the freshman.
Good assist by Barry and a nice left-hand layup by James Forrest, the miracle man, the holy mackerel man.
You said holy mackerel. He was the miracle man against USC.
Here's another face again. Here's that zone. Now they need patience.
Matlock, Vaughn, Hardaway, Ernest Smith, and Anthony Douglas.
Matlock can bury from out there if you give him room.
They go in for Anthony Douglas. He missed the shot. Memphis State gets it back. Good rebound by Ernest Smith. Here's Hardaway.
Vaughn's all over the boards. Great play. It wouldn't drop.
And finally, Georgia Tech's James Forrest cradles the ball. Barry gets it low into Malcolm Mackey, and a foul. And that'll be the 3rd team foul against Memphis State, and Tech also has a trio.
Nice bounce pass into Malcolm Mackey that time. Malcolm tried to do too much with it. He just should have given a mambo fake, go up and dunk it.
These are 2 hungry teams, and we're going to see 2 more in the nightcap when Cincinnati battles UTEP, because the top 3 seeds have been eliminated, and one of these clubs is going to go on to Minneapolis.
Kansas is out, Arkansas is out, and Southern Cal. Southern Cal was 2, Kansas was 3 in the seeding. But you know what, in this region, why we're having such great games now is that, hey, there's no playing not to lose. These guys got the pedal to the metal.
And they're going from 0 to 60 in 5 seconds. David Vaughn committed his 2nd foul. Georgia Tech by 4 points. Notice the fast break points where Georgia Tech has outscored Memphis State. That's a surprising 10-point edge right there.
That's the biggest surprise of all the statistics so far.
58-54 Georgia Tech, but Memphis State coming back, in a bad pass by Ernest Smith. Here's James Forrest, and the lead is 6 now for Tech.
Got to protect the ball more. Got to get your heads in the game. That's what Larry Finch said at halftime. Keep their heads in the game.
Hardaway may be a guy to go to. He has awakened offensively with 10 points here in the 2nd half. After 1 for 7 in the 1st half. And Geiger has been called for his 4th personal foul. Bobby Crimmins took a chance playing him with 3 and the lead of 6. And now Geiger has 4, and he'll be replaced by Ivano Newbill.
His right arm down low. He pushed the hip of Douglas down low inside the zone. Foolish foul, just not thinking. You get another shot in about 6 minutes, son.
Geiger with only 2 points in the game and getting encouragement from Bobby Crimmins, which is what you got to do there, right, Coach?
You don't want to lose the ball, player. That's why you're a coach. Nice and patient now, Tigers. It's the zone. Matlock getting the top of the key.
And the best passer has the ball right now, Penny Hardaway. Inside to Anthony Douglas. Missed the turnaround. Vaughn trying to keep it alive from behind, but it's Tech ball and a 6-point lead. 10 minutes to go in the 2nd half.
Can't stop working the clock, Grambling Wreck. Too soon to work the clock. Got to keep your game going.
Barry has 26, 1 of 3 in double figures for Georgia Tech. Tipped by Hardaway. Georgia Tech will keep the ball. They have scored 6 points in a row here.
Clock down to 23, shot clock.
Travis Best, the playmaker, just a freshman along with Forrest. He's got it now. 2 freshmen in the lineup. Now they've performed in this tournament. And Barry will try another 3. It's missed. They've got Hardaway and Ernest Smith on the wings. And great release for Memphis State. And it's Ernest Smith with the basket.
Outstanding release and a touch pass by Hardaway to Smith to finalize.
Ivano Newbill set a pick, and hitting the 3 was Travis Best, his first of the game.
Newbill set a real gigantuan pick that time, which freed Travis Best for the tree of Trey, whatever you want to call it.
Trey sounds good.
It was big.
It was big for sure. 63-56, Georgia Tech on another turnover. James Forrest got it, but he traveled and turns it over back to Memphis State.
This is a miss here now. Watch Penny release the ball. Right on the money. And there's the touch pass. Ran.
8:41 remaining in the second half. Larry Finch wants to get to the Final Four as a coach again, or for the first time was there as a player.
Well, 28, 29 points. That's from Big Red, one of our running mates on CBS.
Bill Walton.
21 for 22 from the field.
44 in the game.
That was at St. Louis, the Checker Dome.
You got it. Hardaway misses a 3, and the rebound by Barry, and he gets hit in the face by Anthony Douglas. That'll be his 3rd foul. Breon Douglas, the first Memphis State player to pick up 3.
He's tenacious. He stays in the game.
Newbill will inbound. Kelvin Allen from Bolivar, Tennessee. Good shot blocker, is checked into the game, and going out is Anthony Douglas with his 3.
I think one of the big things this year, Dick, with John Barry has better shot selection than he did last year.
Newbill, after Hardaway tried to overplay, they get it in low to Mackey. Mackey with the offensive rebound, and it's lost out of bounds. And Memphis State has a chance to come back here. The Tigers from the great Midwest Conference. Who expected 2 teams, Cincinnati and Memphis State, to be in the Sweet 16 from that conference?
Well, they had 3 teams in the NCAA. The other was DePaul. Mike Slive is the commissioner. There's 6 teams in that conference. They don't get an automatic bid, because any conference that's formed now by NCAA rules, it takes 5 years to get an automatic bid. I think someday you might see Louisville and Notre Dame in that conference for basketball. And they'll challenge the Big Ten if they form it that way.
You're right. Another errant pass, and on the turnover, Georgia Tech takes over. But first, we're going to take a break. 7:38 on the clock. 7:38 remaining in the second half. Georgia Tech has a 7-point lead and the ball. Team fouls, each have 4.
They might have to burn a timeout here. It's going to be close to 10 seconds, bringing it up. He got it over.
Each team has 3 timeouts left. Barry got in trouble. The ball taken away, and a good steal by David Vaughn.
That's what Hardaway brings to and traps. Is 6'5". You can't see over the trap. That's what happened to John Barry that time. Big turnover for the Tigers.
Big offensive weapon in the second half for Memphis State has been Hardaway. And here's a 3-point shot that's missed by Billy Smith. Georgia Tech coming back. Travis Best winds up on the ground. The rebound, David Vaughn. Risky going for the 3 there because Memphis State has enough time to work the 2s.
Plenty of time left in the game, but young people don't seem to realize that. Billy Smith couldn't fight the temptation of the outside shot. He might hit his next one. There's the temptation again, Billy. Give it back to Billy. Move in a little bit, Billy. I'll take that shot.
And they're letting him take it. They're playing him soft outside.
I don't think they can play Billy Smith soft.
Knocked away by Forrest, and it's still Memphis State's ball with 13 seconds on the shot clock.
Billy, don't lose your confidence now, Mr. Smith.
Marcus Nolan, the freshman point guard, has replaced Madlock. Memphis State has scored only 2 points in the last 6 minutes of this game.
Nolan's put in for defensive reasons more than offense. He distributes the ball.
And Best with a reach-in foul. That'll be the 4th team foul against Georgia Tech, 2 against Travis.
And there's only 14 fouls against Memphis State. No one's called a timeout yet, so they both got 3 timeouts remaining.
In rechecking the team fouls, 5 now against Georgia Tech, Al. So they have 1 foul to give before they get into the 1-and-1. 7-point lead, and it's been stuck on 7 for a couple of minutes now.
Georgia Tech staying at home.
Kelvin Allen. And a timeout called by Memphis State. Seven-point lead for Georgia Tech. Memphis State just burned a timeout. They've got 2 remaining. Here's Hardaway going for 3, and he's got it. That'll cut it down a bit, and for Hardaway, his 4th 3-point basket. Here's the trap.
Got to move up on Hardaway no matter where he is.
19 for Anthony Hardaway. Barry. It's a 4-point lead for Georgia Tech. Ramblin' Wreck has the ball, and James Forrest just buries a jump shot to give the Tech 65-59 lead with 5:10 to play. Barry with 26, the high point man. Forrest with 12, Mackey with 11, but Hardaway's been hot in the second half, Al McGuire.
Yes, right from about there. That's where Billy Smith hit. He's one of their best offensive shooters. They got to put a man on him, preferably inside a combination. Someone has to flash the middle here. Good flash by Barry.
3-point lead for Georgia Tech. Barry in the lane now. 28 points.
That's right, 28 points, fans. Unbelievable performance.
Came in averaging 17. Driving the baseline and missing is Smith, but Kelvin Allen. Big body on the other side, and Nolan, the freshman, misses a 3. Hardaway to Allen. And it was Penny Hardaway who got the timely rebound, and a player shaken up. Is that Barry? It is John Barry, who has tasted the floor here at Kemper Arena many times tonight.
Nice pressure. You got to flash the middle. Should be broken right here.
Brian Hill's done a great job off the bench all season. Geiger is in the game, playing with 4 fouls. Good time to bring him back for Bobby Cremens.
Yeah, but a lot of pressure now. I double team all over. They don't really have a true point guard. Outside of Travis Best, Hill is not a guard back there. So they're playing with 1 guard and 4 strong guys in the baseline.
Really, Best is the shooting guard and the point guard in essence. And the ball is taken away. Hardaway has it. John Barry is at the scorer's table.
Oh, what a pass.
Going to come in, and Billy Smith is fouled going up. There's Barry, who has cotton in his right nostril. And apparently he's going to be coming back.
Watch this pass here by Hardaway. He'll catch Smith on the weak side of the court. There's the foul. Go to the line for 2.
John Barry will come back. His nose is not broken, which is good news. Hill will go out, so Barry, with 9 floor burns, will come in the game. What happens when you get hit in the nose, even if it isn't broken? How does that affect you, Al?
It does affect your breathing, especially with Barry, because he wears a mouthpiece, so he took the mouthpiece out, so he'll breathe more through his mouth than through his nose.
Billy Smith shooting. He is the first Memphis State Tiger other than Anthony Hardaway to go to the free throw line tonight.
Well, he's unpredictable. He's a great athlete, and he's a zone buster. We got ourselves a game. Stay with us.
As we've had throughout the Midwest region. Here's the pressure with Tech lead down to 1. Forrest gets it across.
Very sloppy.
Steal by Nolan. And Memphis State can move in front with a basket. And here's a 3-point shot. Short, taken by the freshman Nolan, and Barry forces it up, and they're going to call the blocking foul against Marcus Nolan.
No doubt about it. He definitely stepped in.
3:21 remaining, and Georgia Tech at one point had a 10-point lead in the second half, cut to 1. John Barry got hit in the nose by teammate Malcolm Mackey. Had to come out. They plugged it up with gauze. It is not broken, and now the foul against Nolan. So Georgia Tech has the ball with a 1-point lead. Team fouls, Tech has 6 and Memphis State 5. Barry the high scorer with 28 points for Georgia Tech. Having a great game tonight.
Got the ball in the right man's hands here. He'll try to penetrate and dish off if he can.
Malcolm Mackey gets inside, and goaltending will be called against David Vaughn. Let's bring you up to date on the flow of this game, which was all Memphis State in the first half, and then Georgia Tech had the lead at half. They have the possession arrow, 2 timeouts left, and now Memphis State coming back. What's key to them here to regain the lead?
They got to be very patient and see what defense Georgia Tech is in. They're now in the zone again. I would try to pick up the 5th foul on Geiger.
He's playing with 4.
I give the ball to Vaughn underneath. If Hardaway gets him outside, let it fly, Hardaway.
Here's Anthony Hardaway, number 25, who has 19 points. Tries to draw the foul, and the offensive rebound by Vaughn. Loose ball, Tech has it. And Georgia Tech leading by 3. And James Forrest gives them a 5-point lead. Boy, did they get up court in a hurry after getting the ball back.
Boy, that was close to a charge, but Forrest wanted no doubt about it. You're talking about an outstanding freshman. He is outstanding. Surprise of the game is that Georgia Tech has now 29 points on transition. This was a close call here, but he wanted to make sure of it, and that is a freshman, a boy in a man's body.
Forrest and Best. Here's Hardaway going for 3. The rebound is by Tim Duncan, who's just entered the game. Hardaway with a high arcing 3.
That's the way he likes to shoot them. Ball comes down wet, he puts it so high.
He's had 5 3-point baskets to bring Memphis State to within 2.
He doesn't tighten up, he doesn't know how to tighten up. He's super cool, he's chill.
Memphis State has only 1 timeout left, and the next foul by Tech will put the Tigers in the 1-and-1. On the shot clock, 1:19 in the game clock.
Smith is playing Barry as tough as he can.
Barry has scored 28 and has hit the deck about 10 times, but Best throws it away. Another turnover.
Travis Best thought Barry was coming out. He changed direction to go back to the weak side of the court. It was just lack of eye communication.
So here comes Memphis State, trailing by 2.
I take an early shot so I get possession twice. See if they take a shot and miss, they'll still get another possession.
Under a minute to play. And 30 seconds on the shot clock. Hardaway missed. Geiger the rebound, and the foul called against Memphis State.
I think it was against Allen.
Foul number 13, Tim Duncan, 2nd personal.
It is the 6th foul, and it'll be against Tim Duncan, the senior. Most of these players are from Memphis, homegrown. So each team with 6 fouls, 1-and-1 the next time, and on the turnover, Forrest walks. So we have seen 2 freshman errors the last 2 times that Georgia Tech has had the ball, and they've turned it over 20 times tonight.
He was hooking back, he started to hook back, he wanted to pass the ball too soon. There he drew. Definitely a walk. 2-point spread now, anybody's ball game.
David Vaughn is back in the game for Memphis State.
We got a 4-second spread.
Nearly a turnover, but Madlock controlled. Here's Hardaway going strong to the basket.
Ooh.
And he's fouled and will go to the line to shoot 2 and a chance to tie the game. 17 foul against Georgia Tech.
Penny adjusted in air that time. His original shot was going to be blocked, and he adjusted and got it off and got fouled on it.
Duncan is in. Key part of this game occurred in the closing seconds of the first half on a 6-point play, which concluded the half. All the points by John Barry, a 2-shot foul, and then a technical on Hardaway. He made the 2 and then hit a jumper at the buzzer. 6 points, broke the tie, and gave Tech a 6-point lead at the half.
The score was tied with 13 seconds left to go for the half.
Hardaway, struggling from the line, is 5 for 9, although he leads his team with 22 points.
Georgia Tech has 2 timeouts left. That's very important to remember, because if they get trapped, which they will do, they can call timeout.
Hardaway makes 1 out of 2. He couldn't tie. It's a 1-point game. Here's the long pass to Geiger. He's fouled. Basket count.
Boy.
It worked Georgia Tech's way.
Oh, I would have dribbled that ball back out. That's how much I know about basketball. Here's a touchdown pass by Barry. He sees the man break down, Matt Geiger. Now watch, he backs it up. There's the pass on the money. I would have went against the clock because I think the clock is more your opponent than Memphis State.
Hardaway commits the foul, his third. And maybe Bobby Cremins would have liked him to push it out, but it all worked out for Tech.
A lot of time left, 36 and change.
That was only the second field goal for Matt Geiger tonight, but a timely one it is. And now we'll try to give Tech a 4-point lead.
This is a big one because this means 2 possessions Memphis State needs if he makes it. Big. Now they'll settle back into the zone, probably call a timeout and set up their defenses. Georgia Tech will give a new defensive fake. They got 1 timeout left, and if Memphis State scores, they'll call it. What Memphis State has to do is not look for the 3-point. Go in for the 2. Kick it down low to Vaughn or to Hardaway.
Hardaway has it. He's gone for 3. And the rebound is by Anthony Douglas. And Douglas cuts the lead in half to 74-72. Geiger, the big man, will inbound. Remember, he's playing with 4 personal fouls. 20.8 seconds.
I'd move a little bit further to the left, away from the backboard, so you can use the whole court and throwing the ball in, Matt. No one's guarding them. They're doing this in reverse. What's going to happen? You see here, Penny here. Here comes Penny. Hardaway out a little bit. He's going to double team anyone that enters that area.
And Hardaway is the man standing in the paint.
You can go for a touchdown pass here if you bring your man in and then go long. It'd be dangerous for a long pass.
I think Memphis State is watching John Barry for that very thing to the left of your picture.
Well, they got Smith on him. Smith's their best defensive ball player.
They get it inbounds to Barry. 2-point lead, and they foul Geiger. So Matt Geiger, who's a 71% free throw shooter and 1 for 1 tonight, will go to the line. And if he makes 2, keep in mind that Memphis State still has the chance for 3.
Don't even talk about 2 because he's shooting a 1-and-1. You know, he has to make that first one. He doesn't get that second shot.
If.
For the 1 of a nail. Something about a horse and we lost the war or the battle.
What war was that? Anyway, David Vaughn has come in for Memphis State. Georgia Tech tonight, 15 of 17 from the free throw line, so they have been excellent.
Can't ice them. They got no timeouts left.
He missed the front end, and it's in the hands of Hardaway. The lead is 2. Billy Smith ties the game. 10 seconds to go. No timeouts left for either side. Geiger will inbound and a tie game at 74. Mackey has it. Clock running down. Georgia Tech can't do anything with it.
Don't make any difference. It's an OT. It's overtime. Back tap. Good play by Memphis State.
Madlock, number 20, and Billy Smith, 35 of the guards. Hardaway is 25. Douglas is 55, and David Vaughn, number 50, in there for Memphis State.
Georgia Tech in the 2-3 zone, favoring Hardaway wherever he is in the man-to-man in that position, especially if he's on the wing.
Hardaway has hit 5 3-point baskets tonight. You get a good pass into Douglas, but it's blocked by Geiger. Out of bounds, still Memphis State ball, and Geiger is not playing as if he has 4.
Yeah, Matt really went out at that time, but he got all leather, good block. Memphis was fortunate to get the ball back. 18 on the clock, 16 on the clock.
Memphis State is patient in this first possession. And Hardaway goes up with a 3, gets his own rebound. New clock.
It's the way you got to attack his own, nice and easy.
Nearly a turnover and nearly a foul by Geiger.
They need Matt in here because of his size. He blocks up that whole middle down low. And the offensive end that allows Barry to roam and Best to roam.
Here is Douglas with 2 defenders on him and the rebound by Malcolm Mackey. So we've completed more than a minute and no score in 2 possessions by Memphis State.
Anthony Douglas has had a great game, but I don't know if Larry Finch wanted that particular shot.
Best gets it into Malcolm Mackey. It is tipped away by Billy Smith, so Georgia Tech still has 25 seconds to attempt a shot.
Watch out there. They're doing such a great job at keeping the ball out of Best and Barry's hands.
Best is number 3. And a whistle and a foul away from the ball. It is against Memphis State and Billy Smith. Larry Finch complains about that call. Smith second.
Billy's playing real tough D on John Barry. It's 1-on-1 shot.
Both teams are in the bonus, but now Memphis State has 19 fouls, and the next one will mean automatic 2 shots. Barry hits the first free throw. He's 7 for 7 from the line tonight.
He's all everything tonight. It's a shame one of these 2 teams have to lose this game.
He's got 5 assists. Finally misses a free throw, but Matt Geiger gets a big rebound. Barry nice in, blocked out of bounds by Anthony Hardaway.
Oh, that was a great block that time by Vaughn. He come across the paint and really caught a good piece of it.
Billy Smith won't let Barry lose for the 3. Here is James Forrest. Hits the jumper to give Georgia Tech the lead with nearly 2 minutes gone by in overtime, the first overtime. Quickly low, batted away. Vaughn had it, and they're going to call the foul against Georgia Tech. And Memphis State will go to the line 1-1. For Travis Best, that's his 3rd foul.
3rd personal, team foul for 8.
Travis reached in that time. Imagine Travis a couple of years from now. He's getting better each game. There's no more freshmen out there. These people have played 30, 31, 32 games already this season.
He's a lot more relaxed since the games in Milwaukee. Got his confidence back, but here is David Vaughn, a 78% free throw shooter.
No, that's not a 2-shot foul, ref.
It was a 1-and-1 because
it's a 1-and-1. Give him the ball, Travis. You get a technical on you. Give him the ball. Let the refs meet. This is what they should do. Good. This is what the referees should do. And I also feel they shouldn't be calling technicals. A lot of technical on Dean Smith last year, the one on John McLeod, and the one on University of Mass. Yeah, you should call the technical, but only after you have a conference like this. Then go back and call the technical. But don't have it a bang-bang like in baseball.
That's right. When the umpire calls the play on the double play.
Yes.
The so-called phantom DP that you talk about?
Yeah. No, Larry, he doesn't.
It was not a 2-shot foul.
Larry, no, you're wrong on this, Larry.
It was Best who slapped the ball away from David Vaughn.
Let's give you the replay. Best reaches in and catches a piece of Vaughn. We got to go back a little bit further. No, this is where they're thinking it's a 1-on-1. They think it's a 2-shot foul. It was not a 2-shot foul. It was a 1-on-1. And they're not at the 10th foul yet, which is automatically 2.
Ernest Smith, who's the defensive specialist, has come in for Memphis State. Georgia Tech will have the ball. They're leading by 3. Next foul by Memphis State. It'll be 2 shots on the line for Tech.
Got to move without the ball offensively, defensively. You got to come up and double team any chance you get. Plenty of time left yet.
Ernest Smith on the steal. Barry tried to pass it, and the big defensive ace gets the ball back for Memphis State.
And that was not luck. E. Smith is just outstanding on defense.
Memphis State so far is scoreless in this overtime session.
All right, they're looking up now, trying to set up. Coach Fitch is coaching from the sidelines. He wants to get the ball to Hardaway, obviously.
Running the clock down, Hardaway inside to Anthony Douglas. And the foul and the basket fouled out. Geiger is out of there. Matt Geiger has committed his 5th foul, and he is gone.
He also shook the backboard quite well and might have bumped the ball out. See him against that backboard then? So you got Anthony Douglas going to the foul line for an adventure.
Geiger had no choice there, even though he was playing with 4. He had to go challenge the shot. So Douglas is going to the line. He is a 70% free throw shooter. But he's made the big plays in the big games for Memphis State all year. First time at the line tonight.
He's consistently aggressive. Yes.
And it's a 2-point game.
He plays hard and he's physical, has a very thick body. So he's bigger than 6'7". He plays around 6'9", 6'10", because of the size of his body.
And good arc on both free throws, and it's 77-76. And they're going to make Georgia Tech work to bring the ball up. Here's John Barry. He's got Ernest Smith defending him.
Great defense on Travis Best without the ball. Now Madlock has to straighten up, square up. Don't move in on him. Yes, look at that defense. Look how he's down on Barry. Look how he's down there. Look at that.
Barry gets free off a pick for a three-point shot and misses, but Madlock gets the rebound. And they're going to call the foul against James Forrest of Georgia Tech. Bobby Cremins trying to get a step closer to the Final Four, which he reached 2 years ago.
Second personal.
James reaches in here, right there. Watch it. You bump it right here. Watch. There it is. He had his hand on his hip on the other side. It was a feather touch, but it was still a foul.
That is the 10th team foul against Georgia Tech. So Tony Madlock on the line for the first time tonight will have 2 shots, and he's the best free throw shooter on the Tigers. The score is tied.
Coming into this game, he's hit 27 of his last 29 free throws.
Under pressure of tournament play, and Memphis State has taken a lead by 1 point.
And I'll continue to put the pressure up court. A la our second game today, Cincinnati will do that.
You sense Tech getting a little fatigued?
Not fatigued, they're just not in sync. With a basket to help back.
Doesn't it always?
I let Barry do it, but Smith is playing him real tight without the ball. He comes round the horn.
Ernest Smith stays with Barry, blankets him.
Plenty of time left.
Barry has to give it up, and he goes low to Malcolm Mackey. Mackey.
Goaltending,
No,
no ball.
Hardaway blocks it. The rebound, Mackey misses. No goaltending call, and Memphis State has the ball. Under a minute to play and a 1-point lead.
I go man-to-man now. Good call. Georgia Tech went man-to-man.
About a 13-second differential between the shot clock and the game clock, which you see.
I would now settle back to his zone. I call him back into his zone.
And Barry comes in and fouls Madlock. I don't think that's what Bobby Cremins was looking for, but Barry tried to gamble for the loose ball.
Both teams still got 1 timeout left. You pick up an extra timeout during the an overtime, an OT.
So Tony Madlock, who hit critical free throws moments ago, has a chance to give Memphis State a 3-point lead, but he's got to make the shots. It'll be 2.
We're in reverse now. Okay, if he makes this next one, Georgia Tech needs 2 possessions, which is difficult. The trick is to come down the first time and look for the 2-point basket, not for the 3-pointer. Then call your timeout that's remaining and put pressure up court.
Big. 80-77, Memphis State. They've scored all 6 of its points in overtime at the free throw line, but the pressure on Georgia Tech now.
Gotta go all the way.
Travis Best to Barry. Barry tries a 3. Douglas the big rebound for Memphis State. And a foul called against Barry. And there is the Reverend David Vaughn, who got a chance to come to see his son play here. Actually, his grandson. He's 66. He looks young enough to be his father.
He has 34 grandchildren. He was sent here from a personal check from the governor of Tennessee.
Tony Madlock. He has hit 5 big free throws here in overtime. And Memphis State nearly 17 seconds away from moving into the regional finals. And the lead is 5. That's 2 possessions that Georgia Tech needs to make good on. Clock shot is off. Best gets 2 of them back, and Georgia Tech will use its 1 timeout. Anthony Douglas will inbound for Memphis State. Ernest Smith, who's been terrific defensively, with Hardaway, Madlock.
I'd foul
Douglas.
Hardaway if I could right now. But you can't make a decision.
Hardaway would be the man at 66%, Al.
I let him have the ball first, then foul on Hill. Let him have the ball, Hill.
And they're going to call the foul against Georgia Tech. Away from the ball. Hardaway was fouled by Travis Best.
Best thing that could happen to him because nothing came off the clock. The clock still reads 8 and change. Now Hardaway, I forget what that chart said, but I think he shoots in the low 60s. Here's on the top of the scene. There's a switch right there. And there's the foul that he called on Travis Best.
Tim Duncan comes in for Memphis State. Hardaway is 6 for 10 from the free throw line tonight. Larry Finch talking with Stan Reynolds, one of the officials. Wonder what he's asking over there.
Well, they just want to make sure everything's straight here. They made a substitution, and I don't know if the substitution. Oh, I know what they
can't come in.
Duncan can't come in at that particular time. No time went off the clock at all.
Georgia Tech does not have a timeout remaining.
Memphis State's taking all their ball plays and put them down, back down court. I don't like that. I would rather put a picket fence so you're used to shooting in to the picket fence. Ooh, I'm right. Bring them back in, Larry. Make a picket fence there. The kid's been shooting for his 18, 19 years of age. Have him shoot into the picket fence.
Remember the Syracuse-Indiana championship in New Orleans.
Right. Oh,
1 out of 2. But he made a big one because it's still 2 possessions for Georgia Tech, and they don't have any timeouts left.
The only thing, you foul them from three-point land, touchdown land, which you shouldn't do.
Travis Best pulls up for the 3 and misses.
Congratulations to the Memphis Tigers. They're in the Elite Eight.
Memphis State 83, Georgia Tech 79.